I mean, they've been killing us. I mean, this is the other thing people don't realize too. I mean, forever. You know, from the beginning when Muhammad decided that, you know, he had to go, he was actually sort of expelled from Mecca, and then he made his pilgrimage to Medina and tried to proselytize and convert the Jews, and the Jews were like, come on, man, we've been here 2,500 years, who are you?
Right.
You know, like, leave us alone. And the Christians were the same. They were like, you know, hey, we've been here 600 years, who are you? So, of course, you know, Muhammad's response was to then, you know, rule by the sword.
Right.
So it kind of starts there, but you know, you can talk about all that, those thousands of years, and they are relevant, boy.
Right. We'll
When you start
I think we jump into that next.
there'll be more, yeah. When you start reading it, you realize that the time, it seems like thousands of years, and it is technically, but from a practical perspective, it's really not. When you start reading about the history and how, you know, basically it was like
decisions.
you know, and everything in terms of, you know, why the Jews went back there in the first place. You know, it's like they never stopped trying to go back. They kept getting kicked out. Right? First it was the Assyrians, and then, you know, then we were lucky. We regained control for a while after the Assyrians were conquered by the Persians, I believe it was, right? And then the Persians, then they kicked us out, and then the Christians came, and so it was like everybody kicked us out. We were always trying to go back, but they kept kicking us out.
Right.
So we never stopped it. But from the modern time, you know, it starts in the 20s.
Right.
You know, when the anti-Semitism, the pogroms were occurring in Russia and in Eastern Europe, right? And Jews were trying to get the heck out of Russia because they were going to kill us there. So it was like, okay, let's go back home. Let's go back to Palestine. You know, we have family there. We know people. Let's go. Like anybody would.
Yeah.
And of course, again, I'm not discounting the impact that had on the Muslim population, but there were no Palestinians. There was no Palestine. There was no nation state.
Palestinians were Jews. If you look up the Palestinian,
they all were Jews. Palestine, the newspaper, the coin, Oldemeyer, you know.
Hebrew on the coins.
Of course. The Palestinians were, Jews were referred to as Palestinians.
Right.
And that was another thing that was appropriated by the
Yasser Arafat, 1960.
No, 1960.
He was 1963, right?
1964 or something like
64,
that.
right before
The PLO was established, and that's when you now had this Palestinian nation. That was born in 1964, 1965, something like that.